Belinda here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yeah, quick market review of gold and how it went, and also Nasdaq. Nasdaq hit TP, but with gold we took a -1R. But we did catch the sells, right? So it's something that I will be showcasing when it comes to the sells. Your time. Let's hop on today's session, right? So the following day, because I can't remember when did I post this thing. I think I posted it on Monday. Was it Monday? Yeah, guys, me, I can't remember. But anyway, what's this? Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. Right. So now we get to Tuesday because today is what? Today's Wednesday, nah? Yeah, today's Wednesday. Right. So Tuesday we had CPI. Right, if I'm not mistaken. Today was PPI. Yeah, we had CPI, right? So price on the daily time frame, I think it was bullish or bearish. I think it was bearish. Yeah, it was bullish, right? So when I got to the 4-hour time frame, right, let's quickly rewind as to how did we analyze this guy, right? So in the previous video, we saw this demand area, right, way before price was even here at the time, right? So we saw this demand area, and then we also saw this lovely gap here, right? So now with us seeing this gap, I did mention that I wanted to see price actually close to come fill this gap, right? Which is, I think we saw that supply area on the 1 hour, if I'm not mistaken, right? Was it the 1 hour? Was it the 20-minute? I think it was the 20-minute, guys. Let's quickly go look for that supply area, right? That we used. Yeah, the 20-minute, right? So we saw this supply area on the 20-minute, right? Whereas I said that I wanted to see price from here to actually kind of like give us a huge drop, right? So going back to obviously our 1 hour time frame, or rather let's use the 4 hour, right? Yeah. So when we got to the 4 hour, this is how the analysis looked like at the time. So if we can just play price a bit more. So Tuesday came, right? I saw price somewhere like here. I was like, okay. So for me, two things. I wanted to see two things happen for me, right? First things first is I wanted to see price coming back and clear all of this guy here, right? Let's go to the 1 hour. It will make more sense, right? So on the 1 hour, I wanted to come and see price rebalance here, right? I wanted to see price taking out these two highs here. This is what I wanted to do, right? Like this, meaning that it's a buildup of what? Of liquidity. Some of you guys would put this guy like this, for an example, whereas you want to see price clearing out these highs here before we can have that massive drop, right? So now, mind you, me, I forgot that there's CPI or something until someone actually, reminded me of CPI, that, hey, listen, we have CPI, right? So, and then I was like, okay, in my mind, I'm like, okay, seems well, right? Price eventually used this this zone here. Price used this demand. So I wanted to see whether this demand, if CPI is going to hold and actually push up, right, to come back to this supply before we go down, or another thing, right? So we have two things here. I wanted to see whether this demand zone is going to hold to push price back to the supply area so that we can start selling back down, or whether price is going to come back and kind of like take out this low first before we push up like that, right? These are the things that I wanted to see. And then CPI came in, right? I was looking forward to the buys though, but I didn't enter the buys. I waited for the sells to come in for us like this, right? And for the other individuals, guys, I just wanted to let you guys know, if you were wondering what makes a supply demand zone valid. In order for you to know a supply zone is valid is if there's a what? If there's a previous, no, not a previous, but rather a temporary high, right, above or below the supply area, right? And then what makes a demand zone valid? A demand zone is valid if there's a temporary low, right, above the demand. So for an example, in this case, we could use this guy as a temporary area here, right, like this, since, well, there's a demand there, right? But anyway, moving on, right? So then CPI kicked in, right? So when CPI kicked in with these buys here, these massive buys, right, at the time price was like here when I saw this rejection. I think I had posted it on my story or something. No, it was my WhatsApp status, yeah, right, where I said to the people, like, sell it, right, like this. So then after price, obviously now tapped into this supply area, there was no doubt that this thing is still gonna go up, right? Like this. Mind you, the supply area, again, like I said, the supply area that we saw was the what? It was the 20 minutes supply area, right? Which was this guy here, right? Like this. So then I entered right about here, waited for CPI to finish what it's doing or whatever the case may be. And then obviously my take profit was right about here, right? Because I was looking forward to seeing gold fill this imbalance here, like this, right? You can just make this thing a bit more smaller. Yeah, like this, right? So my TP was right about here, right on this imbalance, because I wanted to see what price is going to do once price, you know, gets there, because it's still a reactional point. We still do have a demand area, so I didn't want to, you know, be on the bad side, because price can easily come to this demand area and then push up to possibly back to this supply area and then maybe go down like that, right? So yeah guys, and then after that price just went down, right? And just like that, our take profit was hit. So yeah guys, this is how we caught a 12-hour trade on gold. Quite simple, yeah, clean, right? Meaning that basically what happened here is that this demand area actually held. This demand area had the power to push price back to this supply area here, so that we can do what? So that we can start to go down again with price. So this is how I initially went with you know, gold, the sales that came in yesterday after CPI. And then yeah, moving on to NASDAQ. Alright guys, and then now moving on to NASDAQ, right? So this is how we had left price on Monday. So on Monday we already took a -1R, but I know exactly why we actually took that -1R. It was quite of an early entry because price had to come back and wipe out all of this again, this area here. Price had to come and take out both of these highs before we go down. But now since I entered here, that's why. But anyway, we took a -1R on NASDAQ on Monday. And then yeah guys, and then after that, like I said, these sales were going to come in for me. So if I can just put price here so that it makes a bit more sense for you guys, right? Let's clean all of this like this, right? So what I wanted to see here is that first of all, we need to kind of understand is that, okay, where is a strong area and where is the area where price is most likely, you know, to come back and induce, right? So at the time, so when it came to NASDAQ, right, remember we took a -1R somewhere around here, right? So now our second entry came quite simple, and whereas it was somewhere like here where I wanted to see, you know, price coming back and quite of like, you know, induce these highs here, meaning that I wanted to see price do something like this, take out these highs here before we go lower like that, right? Meaning that where's our strong area? This is our strong area like this. Price cannot, you know, do what? Price cannot eliminate these highs here, right? Like that, right? And then obviously this is our weak area here, right? Whereas I wanted to see price coming back and taking out this low here, meaning that we are ranging between this high here and obviously this low here, right? So then our entry came right about here. Sorry guys, our entry came right about here, and then our stop loss was right about there, like this, right? And then we took this guy to hell. I'm joking, don't take me serious, right? And then after that, the rest was history, man. And then after that, price just tapped in and then it kept on going, right? But of course, another entry came in right about here. This is an entry that one of my students actually saw because I was not paying attention, right? So one of the entries again, you know, that came in was right about here on this supply area here, like this, right? Whereas obviously he was just quite waiting for this high to be you know, eliminated like this, right? Where price takes out this high like this, where we have something like this, guys. Price takes out this high and then continues going lower, right? So yeah, second entry for the student came in right about here, right? and then the stop loss was somewhere around here, right? And then obviously TP like this. But now obviously if we go back to the 1 hour, guys, I saw a reactional point on the 1 hour actually, right, where I wanted to see price at least coming back to this demand, right, guys. So yeah, man, like I said, TP was right about here, since well it was a reactional point on the 1 hour that we have seen, right? So yeah, this was a quite clean setup, and yeah, man, the rest was history. Yeah, and that's about it, guys. This is how we caught a 26R on Nasdaq after disaster, right? But yeah, guys, thank you for watching today's video. Let me know what you want to see next, and then you see me, I'll make sure that you get the video that you are requesting me for. But yeah, guys, nonetheless, without wasting any of your time, don't forget to, again, don't forget, guys, please, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And then also, please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The link will be in the description down below. The free group will also be in the description down below.